All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matt Schwab, and I'm the Associate Director for International House and Special Programs at Illinois State University. On behalf of the Office of International Engagement, I would like to formally welcome you all to the Spring 2022 International Seminar Series titled ISU International Engagement. This series is one of many programs developed by our office to assist in comprehensive campus internationalization and emphasize the benefits of social, cultural, and linguistic knowledge beyond what is represented in our home countries. This semester, the series is focusing on the wide variety of internationalization efforts taking place on the Illinois State University campus. All of our events are available as Zoom webinars. As an attendee, you can submit questions through the webinar Q&A function, which we will relay to the presenter after the presentation. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce today's speakers. Dr. Abdourahmane Thiam, Associate Director of MDI and Mouna Bounouader, Program Coordinator, who will provide an overview of Illinois State University's Management Development International. Dr. Thiam's areas of expertise include research methods, production economics, farm management, development economics, project monitoring and evaluation, and public sector governance. His academic training is in applied economics and development. He holds a BS in statistics from the National School of Applied Economics, an MS, and a PhD in agricultural and resource economics from the University of Connecticut. Dr. Thiam has been training coordinator and assistant to the director of the Institute of Public Service International, University of Connecticut. He taught and coordinated trainings in research methods and computer use and research management and program project monitoring and evaluation. He has been senior project associate for the Peanut Collaborative Research and Support Program of the Office of International Affairs in the University of Connecticut. Mouna earned a Bachelor of Business Administration from Al Akwahan University in Ifrane, Morocco, majoring in finance and minoring in mathematics. During her undergraduate studies, she spent a semester abroad at Baylor University in Waco, Texas. She joined Illinois State University in 2017 for an MS in mathematics, applied statistics. She was offered a graduate assistantship position with MDI, and upon completing her degree in 2019, was hired as the MDI program coordinator. Bounouader is now working on her PhD in Educational Administration and Foundations, Higher Education Administration here at Illinois State University. The two will be joined by two MDI participants who are now graduate assistants with the program. Without further ado, I would like to give the floor to these wonderful speakers so they can share their expertise regarding Management Development International. Welcome.
Thank you, Matt, for the introduction. Thank you so much to all of you, Linda, and all the team for organizing this event. And greetings to everyone, or good afternoon. So this is my pleasure for me and the MDI team to be virtually with all of you to tell you about what MDI is and also what we do and also what we are planning to do in the future. I will proceed with a brief presentation of MDI, and later on Mouna, the coordinator, will give more details on the processes, marketing, partnerships, bridging MDI and the ISU academic programs, and also future activities. Yeah, I put the load on Mouna. We also have our two GAs, like Matt says already, Adubia and Joseph. Adubia is from Ghana, Joseph is from Haiti. And they will tell you more from the participant side on what drove them or their colleagues to the MDI program and what have been the impact of the learning gains on their work after completion of their trainings at Illinois State University. We will then reserve a little more time to the Q&A session. MDI has started at Illinois State University in 2002 as one of the units of our office. It was the Office of International Studies and Programs, now Office of International Engagement. It was started by Dr. Momor Njai, one of the former directors of our office. MDI has a vision and a mission. As you can see, the vision of MDI is to organize training programs with special consideration of working professionals from the public, the non-profit, and the private organizations. Our mission is to provide short-term professional training to administrators, managers of public, parastatal, private, and non-profit organizations from emerging countries and countries undergoing transition economies like those countries in Eastern Europe. MDI also design and conduct custom design programs. These are programs that we designed upon, contact of sponsors or, in general, our client. They call us sometime and ask us if we can deliver X, Y, and Z programs. We look into it and we look for the faculty and everything and then put the program together. These are called the custom design programs. We also conduct program on site overseas. We've been doing that with several countries and mostly on campus at ISU, at Illinois State University. And these programs are offered both in English and French. And we are looking, of course, in the future to have more programs into different language, like why not Spanish, Arabic, and you name it. Okay. MDI is also exploring the development of in-country training session in nations such as Morocco, Niger, DRC, Senegal, and as well as, some other countries. So we plan to organize in-country trainings in person, as well as distant learning opportunities to help meet the high demand for training in development management. The picture that you see here, can you put back this picture was taken in Niger, where we organized this training session for the, it was called at the time, the Soraj Refinery. I think they changed the name. It's located in Zinder, in Niger. So that was in 2014. Yeah. This is a sample of training programs that we have at MDI. We do training in project management, financial management, human resource management, monitoring and evaluation of projects, to name a few of our programs. And where do we get the faculties? MDI draws on full-time faculty and staff also from the different department colleges at Illinois State University and also outside the university. Faculty members who teach in the MDI programs combine research-based knowledge as well as practical application and international experience, most of them. And the participants comprise upper and mid-level management, administrators from government, non-profit, and private organizations, like we said before. And you can see it at the bottom, one of the picture, this one on the left, this is a training that we organized in DRC in 2015, I think, yeah, with Dr. Aslani. That was for the Bandro gold mining company. That was a corporation in Bukavu, DRC. The MDI training programs have been attended by hundreds of participants. If I look at the statistics, the most recent one, the total was about 1,800, maybe close to 2,000 participants from 2002 to now. So these participants came from Africa, mostly Africa, Asia, the Middle East, Central and Eastern Europe, South America, and the Caribbean. So the picture that you see here displays some of these participants. Sometimes we have large groups, sometimes we have small groups. So I should say that, at the beginning of MDI, we used to have just one program during the year, during the month of July. And later on, we start having program all over the year until October, sometime up to December, depending on the demand. And this is right here, a list of these countries where MDI got in the past participants from. You can see that we got a lot of participants from all over the world, developing world or emerging world. Yeah. So this is on the screen. We have the list of partial sponsor of MDI. So you can see USAID, this is the United States Agency for International Development, the World Bank. Let's say that most of the participants who attend these programs are being funded by their government. But the funding in general comes through, help through these organizations like USAID, WHO, the UN-based organization, the UN body organizations. Yeah. So the MDI training programs, like we say at the beginning, started in 2002 and have shown steady growth ever since. That growth can be directly attributed to MDI's responsiveness to the real world development training needs, its flexible training programs, and its experienced instructors. Thank you to these MDI instructors. They're doing a great job with this program. MDI works closely also with academic units across the campus to provide professional development programs. It utilizes practitioner experience to establish the application of theory to public, non-profit, and private sector practices. MDI internationally recognized training programs at Illinois State University support vital infrastructure work, public health initiative, education programs, and other development projects in nations across the developing world. MDI sociocultural activities, also we have sociocultural activities when the participants are here or even overseas. So these sociocultural activities involve picnics, games open to the campus, to our friends, international friends, and so on, and trips to Chicago, Springfield, St. Louis, and also visit to the field sometime, yeah, field visits. So I think, Mouna, I should maybe stop here and then you take over and you tell us more about the details, like I said before.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for the whole team. Thank you, Dr. Thiam. So I'll be taking over and I'll be talking still on the same slide about our community engagement and our engagement with the campus. So first I will start about us trying with bridging with different academic programs. So for example, the French department. So we've been taking our participants to their French conversation hours, and that has been so fruitful. Also talking about building partnerships and then signing MOUs. So our recent MOU that was signed was with the Consulate General of Haiti in Chicago, and this has allowed us to receive a lot of participants from Haiti. And so through their Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they were able to secure visas to be coming here to the US and then do the training with MDI. So also we hire student assistants or GAs that help us facilitate the planning and the execution of the training programs, without also forgetting to mention the field visits, which are very important, and participants, they really do appreciate them and help them in their learning. So we've been taking them to Bloomington Housing Authority as part of the social protection program, as well as Home Sweet Home, and also visits to Country Financial, State Farm, the Procurement Department of ISU as part of the Procurement Management Program or Financial Management. And also, there is also an economic impact on Bloomington normal community, having participants here over since they book hotels, they stay here for a long period, they use transportation, the shopping malls. So this is all to mention how MDI impacts our campus and also our community, So I will right now move and mention, how you guys can contact us, whether you are an organization here in town or you're a professor and would love to be part of MDI. So we are located in Williams Hall in the basement. And then also here is our phone numbers where you can reach us, and then the email as well as the website for MDI. So this year marks the 20th anniversary for MDI. So 20 years of hard work and various programming offerings. So even during the pandemic, we were able to offer and go back in business just in May 2020, just like probably just 1 month or 2 months after everything shut down. So, and it was through our online training programs with professionals from different countries. So we've had participants from France, Haiti, Ivory Coast, and DRC, and it was truly a blessing to be able to offer our professional training programs during the pandemic. And right now, our professors, I would like to introduce you to a couple of them who are who recorded videos for us, and they talk about their relationship and their work with MDI. So first of all, I'll start with Professor Carrie McMullen. She's part of the business school here at ISU. And following that, it would be Dr. Aslani. So let me play the video for you guys.
When I first started teaching for Management Development International, or MDI, I knew right away the work we are doing is special. I've been given the opportunity to meet people from around the world, people with a diverse range of interests and backgrounds. When I first started teaching, I knew right away the work we are doing is special. I've been given the opportunity to meet people from around the world, people with a diverse range of interests and backgrounds. I get to teach about topics I'm passionate about, like social protection, social marketing, financial inclusion, etc. What I wasn't prepared for, however, was how much MDI would teach me. Throughout the last several years, I've taught people from Haiti, Congo, Senegal, China, and the list goes on. And through these experiences, I've developed many special friendships and even international thought partners. And many of us still connect today via social media and email. But most importantly, participants in MDI have shown me new perspectives, new ways of doing things, and have confirmed for me the importance of diversity and cultural integration in all that we do. I also teach in the marketing department in the College of Business, where my MDI experiences have shaped the way I teach my Illinois State University students. I now incorporate additional conversations about social responsibility into some of my lectures. I assign projects where my students are working with local nonprofits, all demonstrating the importance of culture-based education. Thanks to MDI, I can now appreciate how culture influences how we see the community that we live in, how we communicate with each other, and how we view the world.
Hi, this is Dr. Bruce Aslani, and I am very happy to talk to you about my affiliation with the Office of International Studies and Program and Management Development Institute, that I have been affiliated with them really for about over 20 years really. I have been working with them on different projects as far as training basically is concerned, in English or in French. And before the COVID-19, even at the time that it was needed, I was traveling to other countries, like as Niger, like as Chad, like as Tanzania, and so on. And or coming to your beautiful campus basically in summertime, and less in winter because it's really cold really. During the COVID-19, I have been working online, teaching online, and conducting many training programs that way. I wanted just to mention that during these 20 years of working with this office, I found all administrators, faculty, staff to be extremely helpful, not to me, to everybody, all students. And they go beyond the limit of anything that you can imagine. I want to congratulate them and wanted to tell them that I'm extremely honored to be able to work with them. I hope to see you on campus again this summer. Take care. Bye.
Thank you to our professors for their testimonials. So before I go ahead and leave the floor to Adubia and Joseph, who are currently our 2 GAs, but they have been our participants in the past. So I'll give them the floor and then they can talk about the experience. But before I do that, I would like to thank every person who has been helping with the MDI program. And that would be including our financial manager, Lucy Morgan, and as well as our office manager, Lucy, and our financial manager, Grace Brown. They have been such a great help to our program, and also our extra help, Jonathan Mwembe, who has been really helpful for us lately. And then, so let me give the floor to Adubia, and then she will talk about her experience with MDI as a participant and now as a GA. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, you. Well, as you know, my name is Adubia. I'm from Ghana, and I'm currently studying Masters in Social Work with specialization in child and family practice. I would say that my journey today started, my journey to join the ISU family started in 2019 when my institution back home sponsored me to come and study a program with MDI, that was Human Resource Management. Actually, when I came, what made me come back to study fully here, that's my master's program, was the exceptional experience I had. I was really impressed about the educational system when I came. Learning was beyond classroom. What I noticed that they give we students the opportunity to apply what we learn in the classroom to the real life situation. We students had opportunity to learn how to solve problems, think outside the box, do research, and become open-minded people in various areas. Then, for instance, I came to do human resource management, but I had interest in the social work. When I discussed with the MDI team, that was Dr. Thiam and Mouna then time, they allowed me to also join the social protection program, whereby I was allowed to learn new skills in an area I was interested in. So I had opportunity to join that team, and we paid visit to the Bloomington Housing Authority, and then also visited the Children's Museum, which was really something that I did appreciate it. Then aside that, I've seen that what they do also, they easily give you feedback. Though I went back to my country, but anytime I needed some information and I sent them a mail or called them, they were providing me prompt feedback with even specific, by assisting me beyond what I needed. Then lastly, personally, there are things that are in line with my principles in life. That is called diversity. I believe whereby we have that cooperation, whereby though we are from different setup, different backgrounds, but we will learn how to appreciate each and everyone. And I realized that it was really what is in MDI. That is part of their culture. You realize that they embrace diversity or inclusion, equality, and collaboration. And that was the key thing that really attracted me to come back to Illinois and pursue my dream program in social work. So if I should say something, that these are the few things I can say about MDI, and I'm proud to be part of the team. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph Anelus. I'm so happy to be with you today to talk about my experience as a participant in MDI and now as a GA. As Dr. Thiam mentioned at the beginning, so I'm from Haiti. When I was in Haiti, I was a civil servant working at the Ministry of Planning and International Cooperation as an analyst of projects. And I can recall of the day when I heard about MDI for the first time as if it was yesterday. Actually, a cousin, my cousin Nicolas Fabrice, who was a guy still very curious, fun about the program when searching the word, and he was like, "Oh, my background is linguistics. Maybe you're studying economics. Maybe this program gonna fit what you're looking for." And I was like, "Yeah, probably yeah." And I sent an email to Dr. Thiam, and probably this is the first time Dr. Thiam heard about this because we never talked about it. I sent an email when I was a sophomore. We were in 2013 back then, and asking if they have any kind of scholarships for students, those kind of things, so interested. Yeah, and Dr. Thiam said, "Oh, our participants mostly they sent here by the employees who pay for NGOs, ministry, public service, and everything." Okay, and I was patient, but I still have that dream to come. And in 2015, I was hired as a civil servant at the ministry, and I still had the desire to come to participate. And since my background is, and I'm working on projects, and I sent an application, and I was admitted to the program. Fortunately, my employer wanted to pay for me, and I came here to participate. As Adubia mentioned, so we enjoy it a lot of, we learned a lot, the professors, the GA, student assistant back then. We had a wonderful experience on campus, and I was very fortunate to come. It was in October 2017. That was homecoming. We enjoyed a lot. We participated in the homecoming. I prefer to say my greetings to Mehdi, who is here, who took us to my first American football game. And I didn't understand anything, but I enjoyed it. So, and I was like, where go ever. And that was my experience during that period. And I visited the Lincoln Museum in Chicago. That was my first time in the state. And we visited Caterpillar too when I was here. Now to the program. Went to the program in MDI. Like me, I chose the program of management, monitoring, and evaluation of projects. And Dr. Thiam the program was set up. We have the professors, the schedule, and Dr. Thiam was like, "Oh, if you think you are in campus, you are at the university, if you think there's something else that you wanted to learn, maybe I can ask for a professor to make a presentation for you. This is MDI too. So you have your main program. It's like you have your electives in kind of those kind of things." And this open, helping you to find documents and everything. But what I would like to talk about all I learned with Dr. Thiam teaching us monitoring projects and everything. I invited a professor to make, I would call it Dr. Park, who made a presentation about a software called ODK. It's like the software helps you to to break down the process in whatever you do. Let's say a project, to break down the task, to identify if you have a delay in the process, so you take time, you want to see which step in the process took us most of the time. So the software, when I was back at the ministry, helped us to identify so where we had delay to when you have to make an analysis of a project, where the delays come from, all of the steps, and we use it. I was not alone. There were other participants from my unit who came with me too. So we worked together. That helped us a lot to improve what we did at the ministry at the time. And for now, I guess they keep doing what we learned. Just those kind of things. And when I was here in MDI, so what MDI do and did, it definitely brings international students to the campus, and it's very unlikely, though I'm living now in the United States, that I would make it. Like from Haiti, I have my brother in Florida, my auntie in Florida. It's unlikely that I would make it here in the Middle East. It's unlikely. Actually, if I did not take part in the program at MDI at the time. It brings that international students actually. So when I was in campus, so MDI we learned a lot. We found out that there's a lot to learn. And then I made a choice to come back and to work with MDI. And I'm gonna mention a lot of things. Another thing before going on, I had a former classmate who from undergrad actually, who was granted the Fulbright scholarship in Haiti, and then he was looking for a university in Haiti. Since I was part of the program, he called me to talk to me about ISU. I was it, and as the program is, and he made the choice to. He was admitted to 3 universities. He made the choice to come to ISU with a scholarship of Fulbright. I guess it's because I took part of the program actually, and I have some friends here in the chat room. I see Vanessa, I see Vanessa, and I see Fabiola. Probably maybe someday they're gonna make it to ISU because they're interested, asking me questions all the time. And thank you for being there, guys. And as a GA, so I benefited from the program. I was served by the MDI staff, and now as a GA, I'm trying to put the heart, as much heart and the staff back then did. So I'm so happy to be with you here, and I'm proud of Project. So we're here for your question. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Joseph. And then before we go ahead to the Q&A session, I would like to mention that the future for MDI, our future plans. So this includes the domestic program. So we are looking forward to start domestic programs as well as the introduction of the big data analytics program, and then having going back to the programs overseas and then starting with Morocco. So thank you guys. Thank you everybody so much for being here. And then please, if you have any questions, Dr. Thiam and I or Adubia and Joseph would be happy to answer those. Thank you.
Yeah, there was also another testimony from another participant, but she did the video in French. She is right now in Senegal working for the World Bank, and right now she's working for USAID. So she told us the same thing as Adubia and Joseph, how pleased she was with the program, and in a short period of time, she was able to learn a lot at the MDI State University. And that has helped her a lot in her job, in the day-to-day activities. And that's how she thinks she was able to get the job with the World Bank and later on with USAID. Right now she's working for USAID. Her name is Dr. Anta Diaw from Senegal.
Greetings, everybody. So at this point, we are going to take questions from the audience about the presentation or to our presentation or presenters through the Q&A function. So if you have a question for Dr. Thiam or for our other guests, please put that in there and I'd be happy to relay that to them. I see we already have one in here. Can you tell us what the admissions requirements to attend the MDI program are? And I think this is probably for Dr. Thiam or Mouna. Do participants earn a credit for attending the MDI program?
We have a requirement for a minimum of 2 years after high school. And then, of course, the professional experience can make up for that requirement sometime. Yeah. So anybody who has that level of education can come and attend our program. But as we say, these programs are designed for professional, meaning people who are already in the workforce. And, yeah. So either in the government or private sector or you name it.
Okay.
Mouna, if you want to add something. Yeah.
Yes, and as for the earning credits, so after attending the MDI program, since we have 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks programs, so you will be earning either a certificate, advanced certificate, or a diploma. And then that doesn't count towards, credits for ISU, so it's not transferable. But you can always, get as much, we have had participants that came for certificates and then they added another program and then they were able to get a diploma for that. So, yeah.
And maybe I should mention this, that in the past we had similar program elsewhere, like at the University of Connecticut. And it was possible for a participant who earned the diploma at that time, in that format at that time, of course, to earn some credit. And it was kind of a recruitment, how do you call it, a recruitment tool for the university to get some of these participants to come back at the university as regular students in the academic program. I think in the future, Illinois State University might think about something like that, and then that will help bridge MDI and the academic program. And also one thing that we had over there was we work closely with the School of Business, which we are going to try also at Illinois State University. And that School of Business was able to get many of their students to attend MDI programs. Can you imagine? And they really appreciate it. Because what you learn usually in the academic program in, let's say, a semester or more, in a couple of weeks with that program, you are able to learn it. It's like the MDI program, what we do right now. Yeah.
And I'll wait just a second here for other questions from our audience. In your slide, you showed several countries where participants are from. Are professionals from the US also able to join and attend these programs?
I remember one time somebody called me. I cannot say the organization maybe. So they were interested in having the possibility for MDI to organize short-term training program. In fact, they asked me, are you able to organize, will you be able to organize this program for us? Of course, to us, we are in a university. And to me, the way I see it, like I always say, the sky is the limit. We have all these faculty staff, where we can tap to, put together programs. So, and then it did not happen. So I think this is part of our future vision for MDI, to be able, in fact, to have domestic programs where, the corporation, like State Farm, Country Financial, and all these organizations in the US will be able to send us participants. In fact, I have been having discussion with some of the people that I have met in town and who work for this corporation, and they told me that they will be very much interested in attending this program if we have them, because what is happening with their organization is they already have the funding. So they just look into the possibility for organization who can, provide them with that training. So they are always attending training, as you know, everybody know that. So this is a possibility. So just to say the least, there are so many possibilities, and good that, things are promising, I hope.
And Dr. Thiam, just to elaborate on that, I know that, again, this program primarily functions with management classes and skills, but talking about those partnerships, if individuals are interested in looking at this program or working with you to create kind of a custom or tailored program, what would be the process for that?
I would say, the process is not complicated. It's very easy. So you approach us, you meet with us, and I will put the burden most of the time on Mouna. So, now she's doing great, as you can see, with this program. She's doing even better than anybody you can see here for MDI. Thank you, Mouna. So you approach us, and then, we look into the demand. And then that will be, a question of putting together the demand and the supply together, so that, through the discussion, the client will tell us, okay, oh, I like it. So from that point of time, then we look into, how to put the program together. So we have the resources, like I said, I'm sure at Illinois State University, you can find anything that will be needed to, organize any program in anything. So that's the first step. You approach us, and then we start the discussion, and then we put things together as things evolve. At some point we will have a proposal, or you can call it a roadmap, or anything you call it, to start a program. Mouna, if you want to add something, I don't know. So.
No, I think Dr. Thiam, you mentioned it all, like the discussion, then a proposal, and then look into the feasibility of the program, look into the finances, and then, yeah, of course, as you said, the sky is the limit.
And I don't know, Mouna, if you want to say something about the way we do the marketing also, because this is something very important for the MDI program. So marketing is key to this type of program. But at some point, we need to be careful also, because with too much marketing, you might bring a huge number of people. And we know that, in the past, we have been confronted to, resources in terms of, having people to come to teach, and also having the environment, the classrooms, the logistics. Sometimes, when it comes to marketing, usually we use the internet to send emails. We don't have Facebook and so on. I think that will be for Mouna to put together with her team. I think we need to use also social media. But more than social media, I think the best marketing will be to go and meet with the people. For all the years I have been working with this type of program, including MDI, at the University of Connecticut, and before at INEA, I think there is no such thing. There is no substitute to meeting with people, and moreover, sharing food with them, sitting down, having food together, and so on, shaking hands. That plays a lot into, their willingness to do something with you in terms of partnership, sending you participant or having programs with you. I think that's key. So we travel overseas. We used to travel overseas at least once a year. And also we used to go to Washington, DC before the pandemics. So to visit international organizations, and then the embassies. Like I always say, before you travel to those countries, you have the possibility to go there and meet with the people. So most of the time they ask us about the program. They are very much interested, and they also ask us about the university. So one shot you do, you have so many, targets. So you talk about ISU, you talk about MDI, what we do, etc. So, and then it works. So that's one important aspect for the MDI program.
If I may add to what Dr. Thiam mentioned, so our main marketing strategy so far is the word to mouth. So we've been having like this kind, like our participants, thanks to people, sharing the information. But as Dr. Thiam, we really want to go further. And then I think social media is one of the keys. I know our previous director, Dr. Anelus, has always encouraged us to social media. And I think we are starting this year, especially starting with the LinkedIn and then Facebook and then probably Instagram. And then that would be really helpful, for us, along with what Dr. Thiam mentioned.
Then, Dr. Thiam, I know you have been doing this a long time, but I will also ask Mouna about this as well. But a particularly memorable program event or something that really stands out to you in your history of doing this program as a successful either class or a very treasured memory. So
for me, my experience was very memorable because it has two parts. First one as a GA, and then the second one as the program coordinator. So I've been seeing different parts of MDI, and then I've enjoyed every month there are new kind of people, new personalities, new types that you need to deal with, and then try to accommodate them. So this is what is making, for me, MDI very fun and enjoyable. I know that's why the pandemic was a hit, but as I mentioned earlier, we were able to resume and then have online programs. And then also one of the enjoyable, memorable experiences was the online program with the Central Bank of Haiti. That was March 2021. That was around 20 participants that we had. And then I was doing the simultaneous translation, interpretation from French to English and then vice versa. It was fun of 2 months. It was over 2 months. It was twice a week. And that was really memorable. And it was a lot of memories that I can mention, but also the team also is very important, how we are like a family, not just, co-workers. So I've enjoyed throughout the years since 2017, that's almost like 5 years right now, working with different teams, with different participants, but still the same director, Dr. Thiam. So thank you so much to him. I learned a lot through my experience in MDI.
No wonder why I'm putting you in charge right now. So anyway, I think Matt, to add to what Mouna has said, on my side, I have seen so many things happening. And at the beginning, maybe we were like, are we going to be able to do this? Do we have the resources? Meaning the special program. It's not just the custom design, because when we say custom design, we've already put some program in the catalog, the MDI catalog. But sometimes people approach us to some other things, not nuclear science or something, but so close. And then we wonder, are we going to be able to do it? And then good. So we did it. So we had a team from Ghana on electricity management or so on. So when we took them here, we put the program together with the economics department, and we had field visits. So they really appreciate it. And when we went for the field visit, one thing that they told us, we have been to different places in the world. I don't want to say special places, but they told us what we have seen here is far much better than whatever we had before. So they were looking for these batteries, for generators, to store solar energy. In their previous, training, they were told, yes, we can show you those, but it never happened. But when they came here, we took them to the field and they were able to see it. And you could have seen from their faces how excited they were. They took so much pictures, and they, up until now, they connected with us and they thank us for that. And we have the program in Haiti. We have the program in in DRC, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. When we went there, with the gold mining company Benro, they told us that so far this is the best program that we ever have. In HRM. And same thing in Niger, Senegal, and you name it. So we've been having program also in the Middle East. We've been sending instructors over there. So this is all excitement, I think. So, and then, I'll stop there.
Okay. A quick question from the audience. Is there a minimum or maximum number of participants for these programs?
I cannot say minimum number. No, we don't have minimum number, because sometimes we have 2 participants, 3 participants in different periods. Because like I said before, when the MDI program started in 2002, we were having program only during the month of July. And as you might guess, we had a concentration. Everybody come at the same time in July. And after July, the rest of the time we prepare for the next July program. And after that, sometime we have been contacted by some people who try to come outside July. They told us, okay, I cannot make it during the month of July. Please, can you accept me there? And then at the time, Dr. Alberto Peña was here. May his soul rest in peace. So he was here, and then we had a discussion, and we start the so-called independent studies. We call it independent studies. These are guided studies, where, I mean, they come, and then there were not regular classes. I mean, and then we have a presentation with them, and then we guide them. And many of the participants, they like it so much so that, you know, I mean, the groups start increasing, the numbers start increasing, and so on. So, and during that process, after some time, one of the former assistant provosts asked us, that was during the time of Dr. Anelus, I think, no, before Dr. Anelus joined ISU, she asked us to just open up the MDI program to the whole year. So we start having programs. So there is no maximum. I think we can take the numbers, but I mean, I have to be cautious because sometimes, I mean, if we ended up having too many people, which is a possibility, really, to be honest with you, if we do the right marketing, because every time we go to do marketing somewhere in a particular country, or we go to Washington, people are telling us, I mean, this is so interesting. I mean, I wish we knew about this program before. And then you see, I mean, what follows. And every time I try something in terms of marketing, I target one country, or we go to visit one country, the next following month, you see the impact of that. So meaning, I mean, if we do marketing, I mean, you will see the numbers, but we have enough classrooms. And that is one of the reasons why we are not joining, right now, we are not joining Fell Hall. Because if you move there, I mean, the Pathway program is already using most of the classrooms for their programs, which is understandable. So, but being here in the basement, even though we don't have the windows, but I mean, the participants, they enjoy it. I mean, we are able to, I mean, have the programs, and then everybody enjoy it. So at least we have the classrooms in terms of resources. And thanks to Dr. Anelus, when he was here, he put some time and investment into, I mean, this part of the building. Really, we really appreciate that.
So Dr. Thiam, tying into that really quickly, if somebody wanted to come and find you, where in particular is your office located?
It's not in what you see in this background. I mean, I am here in Fell Hall, D23. Fell Hall. No, not Fell Hall. Oh my goodness, that's Williams Hall. Okay. Because I have another office in Fell Hall, but I am still here in Williams Hall. And Mona also is in Williams Hall. Her office is 113, 114.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Thiam, Mona, for answering our questions. That will conclude our presentation for today. If we did not get to your question, please send us an email, and we'll be happy to relay that to our presenters after the fact, and they can get in touch with you. Again, we would like to thank Dr. Thiam, Mona, and our guests for being here today. Thank you for sharing all of this wonderful information with us. It was a great opportunity for us to learn about the MDI program and everything that you all do. We would also like to thank all of you who were able to join us today in our audience. We are proud to continue to offer this series to the campus and to the Blooming Normal community. We could not do this without you, so thank you again for supporting us in this endeavor. We are very happy to do this program. Join us again for next week's seminar covering the topic of international collaborations with Dr. Terry Knoll from the College of Business and Miss Janet Tully from the School of Art. We would also like to remind you to register for the April 20th event with Provost Tarhuli, which will actually be an in-person event. We will have an in-person component to that. If you are not able to join us, though, in person, we will also be streaming it live over Zoom, and then we will have the video of the event available afterwards as well. So, but we hope that if you are able to, you can join us in person as we're slowly transferring back to our in-person format. We're very excited to begin those again, and hopefully we will be able to offer that in the coming academic year 23. So again, if you have not yet done so, we invite you to register for the rest of the events in the series. Please visit illinoisstate.edu/seminar series to do that. So Again, thank you all for joining us today. Stay safe, stay healthy, and go Redbirds. Take care.
Thank you.